What is up, guys? Welcome on back to the news with TK. And the pressure is being ratcheted up on the Fed Chair, Jerome Powell. As the economy is booming, markets are going crazy. Inflation that he says is coming has not shown itself. It continues to go down. The president is talking about naming his successor way in advance. Oh, this is undermining, and I'm here for it. Roll the intro. So, Fox News Sunday, I saw Shannon Bream was talking to Bessent, the Treasury Secretary. And could he be the next Fed chair? Possibly. It's looking like the president is going to try and undermine Jerome Powell and let the markets do what they're going to do anyway by having somebody who's waiting in the wings that he's going to nominate for that position. And they can kind of say what they would do behind the scenes, which totally undermines the current Fed chair. Yeah, let me roll this clip.
They're talking about require legislation, so we may have to see what happens with those elections.
Okay, I want to ask you, too, about the Fed chair. The president has said this week, among other things, called Jerome Powell a moron. They are not besties at this point, it appears. There's speculation now that he may go ahead and announce a replacement for him way early, since his term is not up until next May. Wall Street Journal reporting this: an early announcement could allow the chair in waiting to influence investor expectations about the likely path for rates, like a backseat driver attempting to steer monetary policy before Powell's term ends. You have demurred on whether you would be the guy for that job, but what do you think is the impact of all of this public back and forth with the Fed chair?
Well, Shannon, I'm a basketball fan, and in basketball, there are two schools of working the refs. There's the Bobby Knight school and the Dean Smith school. Obviously, President Trump's more in the Bobby Knight school, and I will tell you, Bobby Knight won 3 national championships. Dean Smith only won 2, so working the refs seems to be effective.
So there may be some chair throwing.
Sorry?
That's what you're saying. There might be some chair throwing if we're going with the Bobby Knight school of how this is done.
Think about this. There are good candidates already on the Fed board who, for Fed chair, and they make their opinions known at every meeting. So I don't find that disruptive at all. Okay.
Mr. Secretary, great to have you with us. Thank you.
So, in my opinion, this is the petty move of the day. I am here for it. I think, honestly, and there's other people on the board at the Fed who hold the same position that the president does, and that interest rates are long overdue to be cut. But the Fed, because of Jerome Powell, is saying, no, we're going to wait and see. But there's so much pressure building on them now that he's starting to say things like, oh, well, we're looking at it. We think the next time we, look at rates, we'll probably cut a point here or there. I think if the president does come out and name Powell's successor now and have them publicly speaking, doing news stuff, doing stuff behind the scenes, I think that's epic. That is an epic level troll. It totally undermines Powell, and he can set whatever policy he wants. He's going to be out of there soon anyway when his time comes up, and it would allow the president to kind of get a head start with his new Fed chair to set the policy he thinks he wants, and the markets will respond because they know what's coming. Do you see what I'm saying? The markets will respond early because they'll know what is coming. And I think that's huge. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.